Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. This is your 10-minute morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. My name is Sonia Miller, if you don't know me, and I am a speaker, coach, and best-selling author. And today we're going to talk about freedom. How to receive freedom. And this particular Rise and Receive is going to be a little bit different because literally 5 minutes before I sat down to do this, I got a text from my son who lives in a home that was a dream come true to purchase a year ago. He and his twin sister and a third roommate live there 2 hours away. And he says, "Hey mom, the fires are at a level 3 really near to where we live. We might need to evacuate." And then I also happened to just be scrolling through Facebook, and another dear friend of mine who has a cabin in the hills, they had to evacuate and there were fires near their road. So this was just one of the many just crazy things that are happening on the planet today. And I thought it was important to acknowledge it before I do my Rise and Receive. And my experience with all of life is that whatever today's message is about, something's going to come through that is meant to address this through the lens of freedom. And I'll share more. I'll just see what I receive as I sit here and receive with you. So in acknowledgement of that, but also opening up plenty of space for today's message and service to you, what I do every morning here at Rise and Receive is that I share with you one card that I pull from the Receive card deck that I've just developed that's coming out in the new year. And in it, I will read to you a receiving principle. I will unpack it a bit, and then I'll share with you a willingness mantra that you can take into your day to really invite more or better. And sorry if I'm a little bit off based on that news that I just shared. So I'm just going to show up and let it all flow. Okay, let it all flow. So what I teach, what I'm passionate about, is teaching people how to receive by unlearning struggle. And so today, as I'm saying this out loud, one of the ways that we unlearn struggle is that one of the teachings that I always offer is we receive everything. We receive everything as sacred. We let it all be here so that it can be here, accepted with love and compassion, so that it can land. And that opens up a spaciousness to receive the next kindness of life. So as I sit here with you, I'm receiving this news that I just got a few minutes ago, and I'm receiving that when I get off of Rise and Receive, I'll be calling my son back to explore what we need to do regarding the fires. And this allows my own nervous system to relax. This allows the figuring out mode of the mind to simply relax and then receive guidance and clarity and wisdom that's available right here, right now. So we'll see where today's Rise and Receive goes, and it might be longer than 10 plus minutes. Thank you for being here. And with that, I'm going to read to you today's card, which is Receive Freedom. Receive freedom. So I invite you to sit back, let these words wash over you. You can always come back and listen, either here or on my YouTube channel. And you can hear it again as often as you need to. Receive freedom. You are freedom. Yet if you believe you are trapped, you will be. And it won't matter how free you actually are. Your ability to know and feel your freedom has little to do with the physical conditions of your life. You may point to people and situations when you feel stuck, imprisoned, or unable to move. When you struggle to feel free, you may want to fight everything that seems to be holding you down. But you can blame others, battle, or run away as long as you like and still feel trapped. Your way to freedom is not an external battle. It is an internal homecoming, a remembering of who and what you really are. When you have learned the struggle of entrapment, you become like elephants who remain prisoners of the circus. These majestic creatures learned to stay put and do as they were told while they were small, and could still be controlled with merely a rope and an animal trainer teaching them the ways of the circus. But once grown, if the queen or king elephant ever wanted to be free, they wouldn't need to fight or struggle against the tiny rope. They would only need to remember the power of their mere presence. Then they would practice listening more to the voice of their inner wisdom, above and beyond the noise of the trainer, the clouds, the clowns, the music, or the crowds. And when all was quiet in their outdoor corral, they would simply stand up and walk away. Your life may at times feel like you're trapped in a circus tent. Everywhere you turn, you feel powerless to escape. Perhaps others are depending on you for their well-being and safety. Or you work at a job that feels joyless but necessary. Or the world appears crazy in more ways than you can respond to. Or your body isn't appearing or functioning the way you'd like. As you become willing to turn your attention away from the physical world, find a way to sit and be still. Breathe deeply and feel your breath and the sensations in your body. You will become an invitation to come home to yourself. To feel yourself, to hear yourself, to know yourself, and to reconnect with your true nature. And as you do, your actions will move away from struggle towards an inspired expression of freedom. And the funny thing about freedom is that it is, in fact, about being kept. But instead of a circus keeping you prisoner, it is you who keeps sacred your peace, your power, and your joy, to have and to hold by always returning to yourself. So that is receive freedom. And your willingness mantra for the day, which I invite you to take on anytime you feel trapped, anytime you feel powerless to the conditions of your life. Notice that feeling. Become aware. Awareness is the first level of receiving. Simply become aware of what is here right now. And as you do, take a breath and remember that you can invite more and better. You can open up to incredible kindness from life if you become aware first and then activate the power of invitation. So here it is. I am willing to savor my freedom by always returning to myself. I am willing to savor my freedom by always returning to myself. So I hope that this is soothing any feelings of entrapment, if that's what's present for you, or inspiring you as you connect with, oh my gosh, freedom is right here, right now within me. What I'd like to offer that's kind of arising for me as I share with you, this kind of real-time thing that I am feeling inside as I think about, for those of you who joined me a little later, I was saying that literally 5 minutes before I got on Facebook Live, I received a text from my son, and he lives in a home that I bought a year ago, which was a dream come true. And he and my daughter and their other roommate live there 2 hours away. And he told me in this text that the fires, there's a lot of fires that are burning out here on the West Coast, are very close to where they live, and that it's a level 3 and they might need to evacuate, and that we need a plan. So that was 5 minutes before I got on here. And one of the things that I have learned is that there are never any accidents, and that there was no reason to not do Rise and Receive, and that the message of freedom would somehow be related to something that's available to me and to all of us right now. And so I think the thing that's coming through in this moment is that, to me, the energies and the feelings of freedom, of power, of joy, of peace, of expansion, it's all the same. It's all the same. And that, when I think about something like that in the craziness of the world, fires are just one thing. There's so much happening right now that we can either feel powerless and trapped, or we can keep looking to where our true power lies. And so for me, I know that my power in this is within. I got up at 5:30 this morning. I get really still. I get really quiet to connect with myself before I connect with the world, because that way we are rooted in the truth of who we are. That lets me connect with myself, because right now, especially now in the world, there's so much like the circus that's coming at us, that it is easy to feel like a victim to all that's happening in life. Okay. And what happens is we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves in our thoughts. We lose ourselves in our reactions. We lose ourselves to the things that are happening. And so our freedom, our power, our peace, and our joy is actually about returning and returning and returning whenever we feel lost in any of that. So that is how I'm going to connect with my freedom today, my power today. I'm going to keep practicing all of the willingness mantras that flow freely through me. I hope for you, if freedom is what's up for you, if this really resonates for you, you'll take this reading, you'll come back and listen to it, let it go deeper and deeper, and remember this willingness mantra anytime you need it. Say it, think it, speak it. This will connect you with the power of invitation in your life. I am willing to savor my freedom. And you can fill in the blank, you can change that. I am willing to savor my power. I'm willing to savor my peace. I'm willing to savor my joy by always returning to myself. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. And if it was, please like, please share, please let this reach out to other people in your world that you think may benefit. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. If you'd like to learn more about unlearning struggle and learning to receive, check out the links that I include above and below. And if you'd like to receive your own Receive card deck as soon as it's available, go to receivecarddeck.com. Enter your name and email. You'll be on the early bird list, and I will let you know as soon as it becomes available. Have a great rest of your day, and special prayers and thoughts and blessings to anyone who needs them today for any reason, whether it's fires, riots, politics, money, job, economy, something else. Okay, our power is within. That's where we connect to our peace. That is how we unlearn struggle. And then as we express ourselves in the world, it becomes less about struggle and more about an inspired action, which is an expression of the truth of who we are. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow at Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.